Hello and welcome to another episode of Space Engineers as I'm flying along in my Raven here doing an early morning test flight before we get to this episode. We have a lot to do. More like we have a lot of terrain to cover in this episode, as I think we can get to the South Pole now. I believe I have everything ready that I need to do, and that looks like a wonderful spot to drive the Mastodon down into the upcoming sand dunes as we come in here for a landing. Swooping on in and boom. Perfect. Don't need much runway for this thing, as you can see it there at the back of the Mastodon. I made a couple upgrades to it, which we'll go over first, and then we'll hit the road, because I think this is going to be in a couple sections. We have 18.87 direct, which is probably like 20 kilometers over the surface, to drive. So I'm thinking I'm going to get underway here, and the fact that it's a sandy dunes means we can put the rover into auto, like cruise control, and it can just drive, and then I can take control of this thing, fly it over there, land it at the South Pole, and catch back up to it, which would be kind of cool. So we have the Raven updated here, and I want to change that antenna to show that, show the ship name, Raven. And it's what? Raven Scout Plane. Excellent. Aha! And then probably need to set this to 20 kilometers. There. So that way we don't run out of range for it. But these are fully charged. We got 98% on them, which is pretty good. And if I'm taking control of this and I turn off my dampeners, I have a whole day of power, which is plenty. We actually don't use that much while flying. Because Space Engineers doesn't really have good aerodynamic physics, I could put on the mod that adds like aerodynamic resistance and drag and stuff like that, but it actually causes this plane to not work because it needs a lot more wing surface area, where these wing blocks are just providing a simple upwards thrust, like a free thruster, where the other mod requires a lot more surface area and actual like structure to the wing. That's unfortunate. But yeah, we have plenty of thrust here. We've got the remote control, plenty of gyros. I put in a couple more programmable blocks. The center one there has my cruise control, and this one is flight assist, which allows me to basically just point it in direction, press a button, and it will hold level flying that direction, and will cancel out any left or right movement by banking the aircraft, which is freaking awesome. I also added a couple thrusters, one on each wing here, just to help with taking care of any lateral movement in case I need it. But otherwise, this thing is pretty kick-ass and can fly all by itself. So you were set to 20 kilometers here, which is good. That is enough so that I can get underway, fly it all the way there, and not lose connection to it. It's got its whole day of power here, so I'm not worried about it running out before I get back to it. And so we can get on our way, and we have low battery, so we should probably put our engines on if we're going to be driving across the desert here. 7 is my engines, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So we are charging away. Engines all on, all producing 5 megawatts. And our batteries are recharging in 30 minutes. Excellent. And how is our tanks doing? They are depleting at a reasonable rate, but we are full, so we have plenty of extra capacity there, extra space. Just need to lock the hinge for the hangar door before we start driving, and we can take off. We will start flying the scout plane once we are en route with the Mastodon here. So, this looks like a perfect little spot for me to drive down. As far as I can tell, it is simply rolling hills, like rolling sand dunes, the entire way. So this should be relatively painless to drive over. So off of the speed from here, we'll just let this keep rolling. And the same thing we've done before, we will go into our wheels and we're going to set a speed limit. Oh my god, we're starting to get a little bit too much speed. As we leap over some of these things. This many meters per second is too much. Thank you. Got lots of power to the wheels, good strength. The left will be propulsion override positive, right is propulsion override negative. We got a speed of 20 kilometers an hour. Probably can up that to 30 or so, but we've got ourselves our slow desert crawling time, because I want to get there in about 40-something minutes, the length of my average episode. I think 20-something kilometers is probably a good amount. And then while we're driving, we can take the antenna. We don't have an antenna on the actual this thing itself. Oh, interesting. And we can bump it out to 20 kilometers for the Bison. And I can go and remote access the Raven. And while this is driving, I can catch the Raven up. Oh, yeah, baby. This is awesome. So all I need to do is point myself in a direction and then press 5. The script will automatically go to horizon and stop any sideways motion. And it'll just fly that angle for me. And I can always switch back and forth. I can see my rover there driving in the distance. Oh, this is awesome. You can watch it from the hinge camera pointing slightly downwards as we fly. So I can just point myself in this direction, press 5, so this is hands-free. It is flying itself, holding nice and steady on this angle as we fly over the Mastodon, which looks like it is stuck on the top of a ridge and just doesn't have the power to drive over it. So I'm gonna have to go down and rescue it. Come on. And there's the drone flying away. Okay, let's turn the drone around here really quick. I'm also going to have to change my direction for the Mastodon slightly right, as I can see that there is a mountain here. So let's get some height and pull a 180. Get ourselves up to like 500-ish meters. And press 5. This thing should be able to fly itself for a bit. And put on our thrusters here. Can I get myself over this ridge line? Nope. This is not liking me. Come on. Hi, Scout. Yeah, this little bit of ridge, we just lack when the front wheels start Slipping off the edge there, not getting the traction. Ah, there we go. Now we're up and over. And there we go. Good thrust, good thrust. And now before the scout drone goes too far away, remote access back into it and take back control. Oh, this is so much fun. I bet there's a setting in here as well. I can sort of like keep I bet there's an altitude script as well that'll keep me at an actual like consistent altitude, so I don't have to worry about like flying into a mountain if I just let this thing fly. But here comes the Raven again. Just gonna fly on over us. And we should be good to drive right around the edge of this. And I will speed these wheels up just slightly here. Let's go 30. Give me some more speed. And also, can I give like more friction? Oh, we're already at over 100% friction. Go, recon plane! Fly over us. And fly on towards the target. Okay, so looks like the Mastodon is driving its route here. It's fine. And we, you know, I might get caught up on another dune, but nothing I can do about that right now. We can just fly this thing all the way to the South Pole and land it there. As what this should do is, as we go around the surface of the Earth, essentially, this thing will automatically pull down slightly to adjust to the curvature. So it should just fly. So if you ever wanted to make a plane that just flew around the planet, here you go. 7 kilometers away. You are doing just fine. Just look at the nice... I love this view. Being able to just fly along, totally hands off the keyboard, and just have this terrain passing underneath me that I can survey and scout. This is excellent. This is all just automatically being controlled. We are getting a little low here, which is annoying, which is why I was thinking, like, maybe there's a another piece of script that we, or maybe it's part of this script and I just don't understand it yet, that would hold a specific elevation. But here we are at the South Pole. We'll toggle into the forward camera. Oh, there's a TFSR beacon over there. We shall bleed off speed here. And just do a little bit of a spinny D. Okay, we're landing this way. And come to a stop. Excellent. Just got to drive ourselves over to the South Pole real quick. And then we can leave the scout drone here and just head back to the Mastodon and drive the rest of the way. Didn't look like there was going to be any issues getting here. We'll turn off its dampeners, we'll park it up. It's got a day of power, so no worries. We're going to be here in a bit. And we're only 9 kilometers away. And the Mastodon is doing its thing. So, let's see here. I need to do some work on getting this back end of this rover done correctly. And looks like we're clear to just let this thing drive. It's a little slow when it's going up these hills. Give it a little bit of a thrust. I bet I could even put on the thrust thing for this, so that if it goes below like 10 meters a second, the thrusters kick on. But that'd just be silly. Because we need to start filling in the side here. Wait, do I want to have this as a solid block? I think so. Fill that in. And I do want this solid, although I do... There is conveyor access there in case I do need to do something with it. I should remember that that access is available. And I could pipe something through there. I don't think this block is necessary, because the wall is going to be here as we're going through this. And that is aligning with the bottom of these tanks. Water plate. We got okay. Change our direction here. We're not heading towards the South Pole anymore. There we go. Go! Although the only thing is, don't fall off when it's doing this, because I don't think I can run 27 30 meters a second. And I wouldn't be able to catch back up, which would be absolutely horrible. It just being like, oh, my rover's driving away. I think just slopes here, which would give me just that little bit of extra room. Wait, do I even need this to be a solid block? I mean, not really. I could give myself a bit more width in this room. I don't think I need to. We'll just put slopes up here. Which, honestly, I could even put, like, walkways up there and make it so I could access the bottom of the tanks, so not that I really need to for any reason. Now we can get that all welded up. There's the blocks that need to get welded up beneath them, but we'll get to those in the future. It's when I'm doing this stuff like this, when I'm multitasking, that I find this the most entertaining. When the rover is just driving along, doing its thing, and I'm doing my thing, and everything is just working. I don't know, I find this the most entertaining episodes, I find. At least for me to record, because it's just like there's so much to juggle. Everything's going on at once. And I must change my angle again. Oh, what's that? There's something there on the left. Oh god, good thing I went in here and checked. What is that? Turrets are on. Yep, rotor turret program is on. Turrets are active. That's got to be an assertive, right? If it's not giving me a signal at this distance. Like, that beacon there is for, like, a trade station. So we're going to go and visit that, maybe even in this episode. We can end there. But that thing is not giving me any information. So I am frightened of it. We could definitely buzz it with the Raven and see what happens. And if anything pops out, I can just hightail it out of there at top speed, because the Raven is capable of doing that. But we'll continue to head towards the South Pole. If they throw any drones my way, I do have all of my rotor turrets ready and able. Let's just make sure that I have as much ammo as possible. And where is all... Yep, I've used up all my magnesium, so Might have to find more magnesium soon in order to increase my firepower if I end up fighting anything from that outpost. Alright. So getting back to my design here, I think that looks fine for closing that section of this off. And then I'll do, obviously when we're parked, I'll do slants. Which way would it be? Come on. Slants that way, maybe. Give the tires some extra room. The suspension there. So there's plenty of room for them on either side. And then I was thinking about how I want to close up this gap here. What armor shapes do I have available to me that would fit this? So I want to go from that and then like expand out to this large block here. I'm not even sure if there's an armor shape that can do that. Or if I just need to just sort of cope. Because I could also have this transition be like right here, where this portion is tighter, and then this portion here is wider. And that sort of feeds better into the back of it here. Because let's see, if I'm here, if I do that, I want to be able to still walk up and down here. I can still walk up and down with that there. Okay. So that gives a nice block to block off the stairs, and I can still get up and down. Easy peasy. Oh, we're here. Oh, I gotta get into the cockpit before we run over the Raven. We're here. We've made it to the South Pole. And park. And the wheels. We will take the override off and take the speed limit off. Back to normal driving. Excellent. I wonder if I like that right there, because it kind of makes us a little claustrophobic walking up that staircase. But it would help me flow into this next section here in order to make it work. Because I can do some fun stuff here. I mean, I could do that for a solid block there. And then this block here can be a transition. The underside doesn't need to be clean. But this could be a transition block. Transitions between these. I know there's a block that does this. It is somewhere in here. Probably in 8. Yeah, there it is. So then that transitions nicely. We just gotta clean this block. No, I scratched too much off. Up into something that fits there. That fits there. And then this would be just a regular slant. Or a slant corner like that. Yes, yes, yes. We're figuring this out. Let me back in. Yeah, there we go. Ah, perfect. Okay, that's the transition we can make with the armor. Nicely shaped back to here. And then this piece comes. Oh, ah. Why did I take any damage? I have no idea why I took damage there. These pieces go, because they're not going to fit. And then we just got to get this transition piece, which must exist somewhere. I'll probably not bore you guys with my finickiness of trying to find perfect pieces of armor in every little position here. Or I can do that, and then I can do more of transition armor pieces going back here. Hey! Oh, there it is! It fits! Oh, it's so good! It just fits! And then this can just be a solid block. Oh, yes! And then this can just ramp out nicely by itself. Oh, it's beautiful. All right. Okay, so I'll do more shaping of that armor, probably off camera, because, you know, that's boring, you know? It's just armor shaping. And I want to go to that beacon, because if that's an NPC trading station, then we can sell some stuff to them and maybe buy some materials that would be difficult for us to get. But there was that enemy station here. I want to buzz the tower with the scout plane. Hopefully not blow it up by getting shot down. But first things first, I'm just repositioning the rover slightly so that the main Gatling is facing forward. This is probably the best angle, because the main Gatling can shoot to the left, and I have one of the side Gatlings available as well, so I'll get two of my guns in the fight if this does go south. Other than that, dampers on, parking off. Take off here real quick. Let's go get a couple 100 meters of height so we can fly over this thing. And where was that thing? Am I now too high? Oh no, there it is. Yeah, there it is. I can see it. What are you? Assert Sparrow. We'll pull up and pull away, and we'll fly back to the Mastodon. That little Sparrow's got nothing on our speed. And the Mastodon should be able to do quick work of this thing as it comes in. Gatlings are online, ready to do damage. Also, we can kind of buzz that beacon a little bit. Looks like it's over the horizon. This will be a cool angle to watch this fight from, as it is shot down. Boom! Look at it. Blow the hell up as the Mastodon makes another kill. Absolutely beautiful. And now try to land in extremely low visibility. Thankfully, we do have instruments. We know how high we are off the ground, and we can use that to come in for a nice safe landing here. I will very quickly hop back to the Mastodon and turn on my lights. They're already on. Okay. Oh shit, 36 meters. I came back to this at the wrong time. More height, please. More height. Thankfully, I didn't hit the ground there. I was going to put on my headlights so I can sort of land in their, sort of the runway of headlights, but I guess that didn't work out. This should work. 90 meters, 80 meters. We're going a little bit fast here. Fly around the Mastodon. Try not to stall. Can't really see where I'm going here. And pull up right at the last moment and landed. Thank God I landed that. All right, let's not fly the scout plane until the weather clears. But looks like the GATs did their work. Doesn't look like any damage on the rover, or at least not obvious. Good job, Gatling turrets. Beautiful. And I can head off towards the beacon, because I want to see what they have for sale. And I definitely don't have my headlights on. Wait, do I even have headlights on this thing right now? I don't. I need headlights. Okay. That is something I should do. Especially before I leave the area. Because if I leave the area and scout plane's still here and they sort of sends more stuff to it, that would be bad. The scout plane would die. So I need to be here for bullet coverage. So let's get some spotlights on here. I'm thinking on a hinge? On a rotor? Let's go on a rotor. So I'm thinking I can pop out this block right here, put a rotor there, and then put a spotlight on the outside of it. And then I can aim the spotlights up and down as needed, which would be kind of cool. Alternatively, I could do that on the floor here, but nah, we'll do it right here. Oh, a little bit of damage here. Looks like we did take a shot or two. Not too much, though. Alright. Let's get a couple of rotors. Slap this bad boy in there. Come on. Nah, I need large steel tubes. I must have used them up for something else. Oh God, I'm stuck inside the rotor. Ah! Help? Detach that part. Can I get out now? Hey, I can get out. Oh, well. At least I was able to get out and not be stuck in there forever. Unfortunately, the rotor part must be repaired and redone. But that is okay. That happens. And deposit everything. Grab more stuff for rotors. And can I not roll it from here? No, catwalk's gonna get in the way. Well, I'll just take out the catwalk. No, it's a waste. There we go. And then I can add a rotor head and then build a rotor head. Excellent. Then I think from the outside I should be able to place the spotlight, and then I should be able to build it through the railings here. Which way here? Can I hippity hop out? There we go. And then just give me a couple pieces of scaffolding. Just so that I can reach. Oh. Ah! Of course I fell down. Of course I did. That's what happens. Because if I'm going to fail, I'm going to do it on camera. And then I can head up here and then through the railing. Weld this up. Which I need some material plate. Should be easily gettable. I love my rover. It's got such cool access and everything's working out nicely. There we go. Spotlight there. Now for the other side. Which I gotta go slice this thing off and then replace it with the piston. Not piston. Rotor. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. There, I didn't get trapped this time. Wait, steel plates? Okay. I can get some steel plates. There we go. I have plenty of those. And then same thing. If we hop out here, we already have the scaffolding. Plop a spotlight. And then go build it up from upstairs. Yeah. Just... every little bit of this just is screaming the fact because I don't have jetpack. Like, every bit of running around and, like, not being able to access that, or just the fact that I had to put down scaffolding in order to place this spotlight, like, it all just comes back to the fact that, you know, I don't have the ability to fly. And it fundamentally changes how you play this game. Alright, so we have two rotors. So the rotor 1, rotor 2. We are going to call these rotor lights. And we'll group them up. And then we're going to see what this one is. It is the left one. So it is going to be negative rotation. And so our lower limit is going to be minus 25, I want to say. Upper limit. This one it locked at minus 25. Rotate around. Donk. There we go. Minus 25. And then you, if I go you positive, yeah, you go down. So I want you to be 25. There we go. And it should be nicely lock those up. So they should be giving me nice light in front of me, pointing downwards, which is a very nice thing to have. If I press L, can't tell if they turn on or off. Spotlight should be these two. I'm gonna have to change them with a headlights. I have to be able to modify them with a group, as pressing L does not seem to do anything with those guys, unfortunately. But hey, I got some spotlights here. So we will first take the Raven, and now that the sky is clear, take off, and we'll go land beside the beacon over there and see what they have, see what they want. Oh, what do we got coming in? Oh, a bunker. There's a bunker to the right. Where is that? Oh, it's behind me. Never mind. Shouldn't be able to have to worry about that. This beacon is over the horizon here. And I wonder if it's on the way to my next waypoint or not. We might have to make a detour for it. Because, you know, it's a beacon and that's cool. And also, we can show the ultimate form of landing when you have safe zones. You can yeet yourself into it, and it will be okay because you're in a safe zone. Hi, bonk, and we're done. Yeah, no damage because it's a safe zone, so you can't be damaged in here. So if you have a ship and you need to go and return your stuff, or if you're coming out of orbit and you don't have enough fuel, just aim for a safe zone and crash into the ground that way, and you'll be fine. Oh god, it's ridiculous. Okay, GPS. South Pole is done. So next is the Desert Plateau at 3. So we will cut the South Pole. Actually, just leave it on for a second. I'm going to catch the spectator camera up. There's the South Pole there. So we just drove through this big ass desert, but nicely, because what was this? Where was my thing? Ah, right here. That was the oasis from the last episode. So we drove from there across this entire thing, past there, past this entire desert, over to here. And this is the South Pole. So the next waypoint is actually down there to the left. So we should take a left-hand turn and head that away. But I could go 6 kilometers out of my way this way. It doesn't look too bad to head on over and see what these guys got a cooking, because you never know. I could sell some stuff. I could buy some resources that I can't find. Maybe I can just buy a ship if they're selling them, which would be pretty awesome. And I could just add that to my collection. So I think I'm going to head that direction. And then in the next episode, I'll probably just arrive there. I'll cut the driving out, because we've already got like 40-something minute episode here. This is a good place to wrap up. But next episode we'll start at that's the merchant, seeing what they have for sale, and seeing what we can do there. And then heading off towards our next thing, which is the Desert Plateau. 46 kilometers straight through the planet. So probably more like, 50, 55 kilometers around the surface. That's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching. And good hunting out there, fellow space engineers.